Have you had dinner yet, Ellen?
Yep, I finished eating just 10 minutes ago. How about you, Hank? Are you finished with work for the day?
Yeah, I just got home. I was about to sit down with my takeout and watch some Netflix before I decided to text you.
I'm glad to hear they didn't keep you too late today. But you're eating takeout again? You've got to start eating a little better. Why don't you try to cook for yourself once in a while? I know you're just staying in a motel while you're out there, but don't you at least have a kitchenette?
I technically do, but it's more like a hot plate than a proper stove. The most I could use it for is heating up a can of soup.
Well, even some tomato soup and a sandwich now and then would be better for you than burgers and Mexican food every night. You could use it to make yourself some oatmeal for breakfast, too. Have some fruit on the side, and you'll be well on your way to a balanced diet.
Yeah, you've got a point there. I'll try to cut back on the fatty food starting tomorrow. To be honest, I'm starting to get a bit sick of burgers and pasta myself.
I'm surprised you've been able to live on that stuff for a whole month now. But you'll finally be coming home at the end of next month, right?
About that. I got an email from my boss this morning telling me that my assignment was going to be extended.
What? Really? By how long?
By an extra 2 months. So that means I won't be home until the end of May.
That's too bad.
I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, Ellen. I'm positive they won't give me any more extensions after this, so I'll definitely be home once my term's up.
Don't worry about it, Hank. It's not like you can help it. It's your work, after all. But I will admit that I'm a bit disappointed. I was getting excited thinking about how I'd finally be able to see you again next month.
I'm sure Meg must be feeling lonely too. It's the first time she's been away from her dad for this long.
Oh, she's actually been doing quite well. She's been getting along just like she always does.
Really? Are you sure she's not even a little lonely without me around?
Not in the least.
You don't have to be so blunt about it. I haven't had a chance to speak with Meg on the phone lately. What's she up to right now?
She's taking a bath at the moment.
She's in the tub, huh? I guess she can't really talk to me on the phone then. That reminds me, don't you think it's about time we let her have her own cell phone?
She's only in 4th grade, Hank. Don't you think it's still a bit early for her? What would she even need it for?
She'll be in 5th grade before too long, though, you know? I think things would be a lot more convenient for her if she had her own phone. I'd like to call and text her, too. I was talking with some of the other guys from work today, and they were saying that they text with their family members every day. It had me feeling a bit jealous, to be honest.
Well, I understand your feelings, but I just don't think it's right for a girl as young as her to have her own cell phone.
It's not that uncommon for even younger kids to carry them around these days.
Less than half of her classmates have their own phones. I'd be willing to get her one for her birthday next year. Maybe. But even then, I have some reservations. There's all kinds of trouble the kids can get up to when they have unrestricted access to their own phone, you know?
Well, yes, I suppose that's true. How about we start her with one of our own old phones? We can put some restrictions on it and let her get used to using one.
That actually sounds like a pretty good idea. Then we can get her one of her own once she's proven she can handle it responsibly. We wouldn't want her to get too hooked on it after all. I heard from a friend of mine that ever since she bought her son his own phone, his face has been glued to the screen 24/7.
Once I'm home, I'll dig out one of my old ones and let Meg play with it a bit. I'll turn on some parental settings and we can see how things go from there.
Sounds like a plan. I'm not sure how to tweak all the settings and stuff, so I'll leave that part to you.
That's true. You're always asking me to help you fix your phone settings and back up your photos. Oh, would you mention to Meg that I'd like to call her sometime soon? Sorry that you've got to take care of her and look after the house all by yourself while I'm away, Ellen.
Don't worry about it. I know you're working hard on your own way to support us. But you can bet that once you're home, I'll have a whole load of chores waiting for you.
No complaints here. I'll just be glad to finally be back. I'll talk to you later, Ellen. Take care. Hi, Ellen. Is Meg free right now? I was hoping I'd be able to have a call with her.
Just a sec.
Sure, no rush.
She says she doesn't feel like a phone call right now.
What? She doesn't want to call? I thought we'd have a lot of time to talk today, since it's the weekend and everything.
Well, I guess she's just around that age.
Don't you think it's a bit early for her to be getting into her rebellious phase? It feels like it wasn't all that long ago that she was always clinging to me.
Girls tend to develop a bit faster than boys, you know? She's been developing quite the interest in fashion and makeup these days, too. She even insists on getting to choose her own clothes when we're out shopping.
Oh, really? My mom bought all of my clothes for me until I was in middle school.
Well, boys usually don't care that much about their clothes, so I guess it wouldn't be too surprising if there were even some in middle school that didn't dress themselves.
Yeah, I guess so. Still, is Meg really at the age where she's starting to pull away from her dad? It makes me feel a bit lonely. Isn't she still my little girl?
That's just how it goes with girls, I'm afraid. Count yourself lucky that she hasn't been bad-mouthing you, calling you an old fart or anything. Not yet, at least.
Yeah. If she said something like that to me, I'd definitely be a little shocked. But if she ever seems like she's in a good mood, be sure to let me know. I'd really like to call her if she's feeling up for it.
Sure thing. Oh, by the way, there's something I wanted to ask you about, Hank. Would it be okay with you if I took Meg with me on a little getaway vacation?
A vacation? Where are you planning on going?
My parents are going to stay at an Airbnb for about a month starting next weekend. They found a really good rate on this nice little summer home out west. I was thinking that Meg and I could go visit them for a little while once they're settled in. Meg's March break is coming up, so it seemed like perfect timing. Would you be okay with that?
Oh, I see. I don't mind at all. Go right ahead.
I'll send you the address later, but it sounds like the internet and phone reception isn't the greatest out there, so we probably won't be able to be texting 24/7.
Wow, I'm a bit surprised there are still places like that. I thought most cell networks had nationwide coverage these days. I guess if it's way out in the sticks, it's not impossible to imagine, though.
Oh, it's not like there's absolutely no reception at all. There's still places out there where you can at least get a few bars. It's just not always reliable.
Well, as long as we can still keep in touch, I guess that's all right. I was a bit worried that Meg would be stuck at home for her whole break week, so I'm glad to hear you've got something planned for her.
I know. I'm glad that I was able to get something together for us, too. My parents will be there as well, so we should all be able to just take it easy.
I'm sure you could use the rest after holding the fort at home by yourself all this time. Be sure not to push yourself. Give my regards to your mom and dad for me too, if you don't mind.
Of course. I'll text you again with the details on where we'll be staying and what dates we'll be there for, okay? I'll try to convince Meg to have a call with you before we leave, too.
Thanks so much, Ellen. Oh, but don't try to force her. She only has to call me if she wants to. Hank, will you please pick up the phone? Hi, June. What's going on? Sorry I couldn't answer your calls. I'm on board a bus right now. If it's something urgent, can you tell me over text? What the hell have you been doing to your kid? Just what kind of a life are you providing for her? What? What's going on? What are you talking about, June? By my kid, do you mean my daughter, Meg? Do you have any other kids that I should know about? No, of course not. Don't even joke about that. But I'm away from home on a long-term business trip right now, so I haven't even seen Meg for months. Really? Is that true? Of course. I've never lied to you in my life, have I? Well, there was that one time when you told me and Mom you were going to a friend's place to study, when you really went out to sneak into an R-rated movie. For God's sake, June, I was 12 years old. Let it go already. Anyway, what's going on? Did something happen to Meg? Oh, right. I saw your daughter washing her hair in the drinking fountain at the park. She said there's no electricity or running water at home, so she had no other choice. What? Meg's supposed to be on vacation with my wife right now. That doesn't make any sense at all. Are you sure it wasn't just someone who looked like her? No, I'm positive it was her. She's certainly not on any kind of vacation. I can tell you that for a fact. I'll admit it's been a year since I last saw her, so at first I thought I must be mistaken. But when I called her name, she looked up and recognized me right away. It was definitely her. What's going on here? I'm so confused. I feel like my head is going to split in two. Believe me, I feel exactly the same way. Well, where is she right now? Can I talk to her? I brought her home to my place and she's washing up in the bath right now. The weather's still pretty chilly around this time of year, and I didn't want her to catch a cold out in the park with her hair all wet. I drove her straight home and told her to have a good long soak. I still haven't heard all the details from her myself yet. I thought I'd try getting in touch with you to find out what exactly is going on before she's done. I see. If you've been away on a business trip for the last few months, then I'm guessing you've had no idea what Meg's been going through, have you? Sorry, I'm still just having trouble processing all this. Give me a minute. Let me just make sure I understand everything you're telling me. You found Meg washing her hair in the park, and then you took her home, and now she's taking a bath at your place? That's right. I was driving home after visiting a friend of mine when I spotted a girl that I thought looked just like Meg out of the corner of my eye. At first, I thought I must be imagining things and kept driving. But when I noticed her washing her hair in the fountain, I was shocked and slowed down, which let me get a better look at her face. It was obvious then that it really was her. I called out her name, and she looked up right away. I think I startled her at first, but then she ran up and hugged me with tears in her eyes. Poor thing. What on earth is going on? I've been sending Ellen more than enough money every month to make sure she can keep the lights on and put food on the table. Our utility bills ought to be debited too. Was there some mix-up with the bank, maybe? Well, since there's no electricity or running water at your place, Ellen must not have put the money in the right account, don't you think? But I wired it directly there. She must have taken it out deliberately. But why would she do that? She told me that since it's Meg's summer break, the two of them were going to go out and visit her parents who were renting a summer home out west. That's where I thought the two of them were right now. But according to you, Meg's actually at your house. I've got to say, I don't really understand what's going on here myself. But it sounds like you better look into what's going on with Ellen. Lord knows where she even is right now. I'll get Meg's side of the story as soon as she's out of the bath. Let me talk to her on the phone once she's out too. I'll explain to my boss that I've got a family emergency and need to get home ASAP. I'll be there as soon as I can. Yeah, that's a good idea. I don't fully know what's going on yet, but it's obvious that Meg's been through a lot lately, all by herself. She really needs you right now. Let me know once she's dried off after her bath and has calmed down a bit. I'll talk to her then. Will do. I'll text you again in a bit.
Hi, Hank. We're on our way home now.
I see. Did you have fun on your trip?
We sure did. I didn't realize how much I needed a vacation until I finally had a chance to just sit back and relax. Meg had a lot of fun, too.
Oh, did she now? That seems a bit strange to me.
What's so strange about it? Sure, it's quiet out there, but she certainly still enjoyed herself hanging out with my parents and exploring the area.
No, that's not what I mean. What I'm saying is that Meg was at home the whole time. What do you think was so fun about that?
What? Hank, what are you talking about? What's going on?
That's what I'd like to know. You've hardly even been at home ever since I left on my trip, haven't you? I'd like an explanation.
What? You're not making any sense. Of course I've been at home.
My sister, June, spotted Meg washing her hair in the drinking fountain at the park near our place a week ago. She took her home and looked after her for me. Why weren't you with her? What's going on, Ellen?
I'm sorry, Hank. It's true. I may have left the house unattended, but I had a good reason.
A good reason? And what might that be?
One of my old friends from my hometown called me out of the blue begging for help with their work. I tried to turn them down at first, but they were relentless. They said they had no one else they could ask, and if they didn't get help, they could lose their job and end up homeless. I couldn't possibly say no after hearing that.
Is that the best excuse you can come up with? I know I'm putting you on the spot, but I thought you could at least do a little better than that. I saw it on our computer. You went on a trip with another man, right? There's no evidence that you went back to your hometown to help an old friend or anything like that.
What?
You told Meg that you were starting a new job and went off to fool around while you left her at home all alone. On the rare occasion that you did come home, you just throw her a few bucks so she could buy herself something to eat, then left right away. You also told her to keep your new job a secret from me, didn't you?
That's not true. You're not understanding.
What exactly am I misunderstanding, Ellen? I synced your phone to our PC a few weeks before I left. I can see your entire call and text history on there. That paints a pretty clear picture of what's going on.
You can do that?
I explained this all to you when I first set it up. You must have forgotten.
I am sorry. But I was really planning to break things off with him this time. I only wanted to meet with him face to face to properly explain why we can't see each other anymore.
Right, because the resort spa is the perfect place to negotiate a breakup. I'm sure you had a lovely time there while you left our daughter alone at home to fend for herself. You've been spending most of your time at his place ever since I left on my trip, haven't you?
I'm sorry, Hank. Really, I'm honestly just so sorry.
Meg told me she's been horribly lonely for the last few months. She couldn't even call me, and she wasn't allowed to tell anyone about how you left her at home all alone. It must have been hell for her. How could you do that to your own daughter?
I know this might be hard to believe after what I've done, but you and Meg are the most important people in my life, Hank. So I promise, I was really going to end things with this guy after this trip.
You've been seeing him ever since Meg was in 2nd grade, haven't you? Now that she's a little older, you realized you couldn't keep fooling her and decided it'd be in your best interest to end the affair. Isn't that right? I've got to admit, I was pretty shocked to learn that you've been seeing another man behind my back for close to 3 years now.
I promise I'll never see him again. It's over between us.
Do whatever you like. You and I are finished, Ellen. It's over.
You're divorcing me?
Obviously. Who on earth would stay married to a woman who cheated on them and mistreated her own daughter? Needless to say, I'll be taking full custody of her.
But don't you have to go on lots of trips for your work? How do you plan to look after Meg when you spend so much time away from home?
I'll probably move back in with my parents, and I can ask them or my sister to look after her while I'm away.
Okay, but it'll still be pretty tough raising a girl as a single father.
I'll handle it one way or another. Either way, she'll be far better off than relying on you, considering the lack of attention you've shown her. She's already told me that she wants to stay with me.
Please forgive me, Hank. I promise I'll never do anything like this again. I'll be a better mom to Meg, too.
Do you honestly expect me to believe that? You've been cheating on me for years without a hint of remorse. You're only acting apologetic now because you got caught.
That's not true. You and Meg are the most important people in the world to me. I don't want our family to fall apart like this.
The only reason you didn't end our marriage sooner is because I was your main source of income, right? I could see your credit card details on our PC, too. You sure spent a lot of money on your dates and trips with your secret boyfriend, didn't you?
You even saw my credit card bills?
Indeed, I did. It looks like you got a lot of use out of it on your latest trip, too. I can't believe you'd blow all the money I've been working so hard for on a secret affair. Just how low can you sink?
I'm so sorry. I won't ask you to forgive me. But I promise that I'll turn over a new leaf. I'll fully devote myself to you and Meg from now on.
Why should I believe that? What possible reason would I have to give you another chance? Go ahead and turn over a new leaf or whatever you like, but you're going to be doing it on your own.
Meg's still just a little girl. She needs to grow up with her mother's love.
And you've been doing such a good job of giving her that up until now, haven't you? Give me a break. You're nothing but a self-interested liar. I'm not letting you anywhere near our daughter ever again.
I promise, nothing like this will ever happen again.
You're right, it won't. Because you're not going to be a part of our lives anymore. We're through.
Honey, please. I'm sorry. Please just give me one more chance. I promise I'll never betray you again. I'll change. Things will be better from now on.
If you'd only been having an affair, I might have been able to forgive you. Well, maybe not forgive, but I at least might have thought twice about getting a divorce. But on top of cheating, you've been leaving Meg at home all alone. How could I possibly trust you again after this?
I thought she'd be okay for a few days at a time. She's almost 10 after all. She's a lot more mature than other girls her age, too.
Funny. That's not how I remember you thought of her when we were talking about getting her a cell phone. Of course, it's obvious to me now that the only reason you were opposed to the idea was because it would have vastly increased the chances of me discovering your infidelity and lack of care for our daughter.
I'm sorry. Please just rethink the divorce.
No matter how many times I think it over, I'll always come to the same conclusion. I feel like I'm repeating myself at this point, but I have no need for a wife who treats her own daughter so horribly. You can run back to your boyfriend or do whatever else you like. But whatever you choose, you'll be doing it alone. It didn't take long after that for me to finalize the divorce proceedings. Of course, Ellen was opposed, but due to her prolonged affair and her mistreatment of our daughter, it ended up as an arbitrated divorce. In the end, she had no choice but to give up and accept the reality she had made for herself. When her parents found out about the horrible things she had done, they cut all contact with her as well. With nowhere left to go, she ran back to live with her secret boyfriend. But as they were both unemployed without much in the way of savings, not to mention the boyfriend's staggering debts, they weren't able to fool around as they had been doing before. Their money troubles soured their relationship before long, and I heard they broke up shortly after. These days, Ellen's got herself a job to pay for Meg's child support. She's never worked a full-time job in her life until now, and she's not left with much of a paycheck after her child support payments. She used to call me once in a while, whining and begging for some extra spending money. Eventually, I got fed up and blocked her number. Now she has to go through her parents if she has anything important to tell me. Because of the child support, I wasn't able to make a totally clean break with her, but I'm doing my best to keep her out of Meg and Di's lives as much as possible. As for us, Meg and I moved in with my parents after the divorce. Meg seems to be in extremely good spirits these days. Maybe it's because now she's always got someone at home to look after her. She had been keeping a lot of secrets from me, and so because I was doing my best to be as close and honest with her as I could, she ended up acting pretty distant in response. At first I thought it was just a sign of her growing up, like Helen said. But now that I know the truth, I can hardly forgive myself for believing her half-baked excuse. From now on, I'll do my best to carve out as much time for Meg and Di to spend together as I can. I'll also be sure that she has the best home environment possible, even when I'm away for work. Above all, to make sure she won't be haunted by those awful memories of being left all alone. I'll make as many fun, happy memories with her as we can. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave us a like and let us know what you thought in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell for more videos like this one. We'll see you next time!